Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SJM Commerce Champ. In my previous video, we have seen types of lease. Under that, we saw in detail finance lease and operating lease. What are the different names given to the same, whether the risk and reward is transferred or not? What about the time period of the lease? Whether it can be cancelable or not, renewable or not, who bears the expenses? All those things we have seen in my previous video about finance lease and operating lease. In this video, we will see the next part or the next types of lease. In that, the third one is sale and lease back. It is also called as indirect form of lease. Here, the firm buys asset and sale to the leasing company at market value, then takes the same on lease from the leasing company. Now, why? If you want to take the asset on lease, then why you are selling it? Um, if you want to take the asset on lease again from the same person, then why you are selling it? The reason is simple, that you want to defreeze your investment. Here, what happens with the lessee? He receives back the amount that he has invested in an asset, and also he gets the right to use the asset for a lease period, and he can pay the lease rental. Option is given to lessee to repurchase the asset at the end of the lease term. So you can say this is one of the important feature of finance lease which is applicable here. Beneficial to lazy, yes, it is beneficial to lazy. The reason is he can defreeze his investment, and whatever amount available after that he can use the same for working capital. No need to take overdraft facility. This lease can be in form of operating lease and finance lease. If the option is not given, then it's a operating lease, and option is given to buy the asset at the end of the lease, then it's a finance lease. Generally, option is given at the end of the term to buy the asset. The best and the most popular example is banks enter into sale and lease back type of lease agreement. They buy lockers and then they sell the same to the then they sell the same to the lessor, and the same assets they take on lease from the lessor, and then they sublease these lockers to the customers. One more example is leasing of retail stores and shopping centers. Here, the lessor can here the lessee can take the asset, buy the asset as per his requirement, as per his need, and then he can sell the same to the lessor. Then lessor from that lessor he can take that asset on lease. In other types of lease, this particular facility is not available. Whatever asset available with the lessor, that asset the lessee has to take on lease. He is not having any his choice. He is not having the option to select the asset as per his requirement. But in this case, he can buy the asset as per his need, as per his requirement, and then sell the same to the lessor, and then take the same asset on the lease from the lessor. I hope the explanation is clear. Then direct lease, here the lessee and the owner of equipment are two separate entities. There are two types of lease here, bipartite and tripartite. Bipartite in the two parties, equipment supplier and the lessor. Mostly the equipment supplier and the lessor are same in this type, and there is another party, that is lessee. In tripartite, what happens? There are three parties involved. Equipment supplier is different, from whom lessor buys the asset and then gives the asset to the lessee on lease. Then when the amount of investment is very huge, that time it's not possible for a lessor to finance the entire asset. For example, nuclear power plant project, that time it takes the help of a third person, that is a loan participant, that is a lender. The lessor finances 20 to 50%, and the balance is financed by the lender. The position of the lessee remains the same. Here, one more person comes in picture, that is trustee. He collects the amount of lease rental from the lessee. From that, the portion which belongs to the lessor and which belongs to the lessee, that is passed by the trustee respectively. Then single investor lease, here only two parties to the lease contract, lessor and lessee, like how it was there in the previous time, that is leverage lease. there were three participants: the equity participant, the loan participant, and the lessee. But here, in case of single investor lease, the entire asset is financed by the lessor. He is only the equity participant and he is only the debt participant. Domestic lease, all parties belong to the same country. International lease, in that again two types are there: import lease, lessor and lessee from the same country, but the equipment supplier is a different country. Cross border lease, lessor and lessee are in different country, and where is the equipment supplier, that is not important here. So in this way, students, we have seen the remaining parts of the types of remaining types of lease: sale and lease back, then direct lease, the leverage lease, after that single investor lease, the domestic lease and international lease. I hope this explanation was sufficient for you all. If the question comes on explain different types of lease, definitely you can write all these eight types of lease and score good